Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Ka-Pow Comics Best of 2023 countdown into the final three now, and it is The Seasons Have Teeth. Oh man, it's by Dan Wars. I know it's by Dan Wars, but I've honestly forgot the name of the artist, and I'm going to be discussing the artist quite a bit in the start of this video, so I'm going to have to actually just check in my comic book of the artist, Sebastian Cabral. I do apologise, Mr. Cabral, I totally blanked on your name. So anyway, yes, we are going to be discussing this book and why it is number 3 in our Best of the Year list, and it is a spectacular book. It is one that I was very impressed with when issue 1 came out. It is one I've bought for literally 2 different people as Christmas presents this year. This is how much I like this one. I like it for so many reasons, mostly because what it is, more than anything else, is a culmination of all of its parts. It'd be very easy to say, this is a comic book I love because of what it tells you about human nature, or because it tells a fantastic story, or because it does beautiful art, or because it understands the cyclical nature of story and time and our interactions with them all, or because I think the title is really clever, or that I really like the idea of giant monsters that are seasons. But it is all these things, and it's how they come together which is the most spectacular part. I'm going to start with the title first, because Seasons Have Teeth is a brilliant title for this book, because number one, the core concept of the book is, at some point in the past, the seasons actually became living creatures, giant monsters that attack and kill people, so the seasons have teeth. But it is also about the passage of time, and even though time can be cyclical, and the fact that we are looking at in terms of seasons which keep rolling and rolling around, enough of them will eventually kill you because the seasons have teeth. That on its own is simple and elegant, and it was enough for me to go, this is just clever, I like this. And then as I was reading it, I was like, holy hell, this is doing so much more as well. But it's the art we're going to deal with in big terms first, because I very quickly fell in love with the artwork for one simple reason. I like it when a comic book can give you a sense of place and or time without having to use box art text to tell you England in the 1950s or whatever. One of my best examples of this one is actually Kieran Gillen. There's a slight aside. There's a bit in one of his comic books where some friends go to one of their houses and the mum asks them if they want custard creams. And I'm like, oh, so this is England then. This is set in England almost exclusively, or at least definitely to start with, and we do have rather wonderful moment early on of just view of a small English town, not even quite a village I don't think, and it is just so quintessentially English. The little cottages, the walls outside, the hedgerows, the quality of the roads, everything about it screams England. And I have gone to various places in this country, and there's something just very uniform about English towns and villages, even though the stone might be different, and the reasons why the towns laid out the way they are might be different. There's something still very quintessentially English about them, and thank you to the artist in this one. You absolutely nailed it, you knocked it out of the park, but then for the rest of the comic book, you did this for everything. Everything was important and mad, and the details were there, and the characterizations were fantastic. The monsters were delicious. Every single one of them felt unique and individual and of their season, and the reason they had their threats and how they acted the way they were and how they were shown the way they were was beautiful and brilliant. Thank you very much. But it's the story which is the focus here. As much as I love the artwork, it is not the reason why I'm telling you this is amazing, because the story is spectacular. It is a story about not just time and the nature of time and the cyclical nature, but also the fact that stuff does end, but it's also about how we interact with it and how we look at our lives through that lens. In particular, there's a guy, a photographer. The reason why I pulled this one out is I think that's a really fantastic cover and shows quite effectively him. And it is basically him trying to do better. He has had a life, a full life, and this life has been full of highs and lows, and he has had successes and failures, and sometimes he has taken advantage of people to gain those successes. Sometimes he has blamed other people for his own failings, so he doesn't have to live with the fact that he's not great at what he does. You can blame his cowardice on worrying about other people, his lack of ambition, but then when he does do something and it's fantastic, he worries that he's only doing it because he's only able to do it because he's taken advantage of somebody else's suffering. And every single season, there is a part of this story that is brought into focus. And it's done not just through flashbacks and just him remembering what he's done in the past, but looking at the way the season is acting and how it's affecting him and how it has in the past affected him and how it's changing him now. One of the more effective ones is in issue 1. And it is beautiful. It's why I fell in love with it and why this ended up on my pull list in like 3 seconds flat once I finished it. And it is this idea of spring, and he finds the season, spring, that is going to sleep. It's like the tail end of it, and it's in an area which has been cordoned off, and there's barriers everywhere, but he's broken through because he is determined. He's going to go and get a photo of this thing. This is his, like, final crowning glory. He's going to get a photo of every single season, and he's going to get them published, and he's going to be known for this now. And there's some kids, just teenagers, maybe. I mean, I don't think 20s, but yeah, teenagers, and they've broken in as well because they want to go and see what's going on. And there's some moments in it where he wants to protect them, and he thinks they're idiots and they're kids, and what the hell are they doing? But then we realise that's not it. They have confidence. This idea that maybe it's all just going to be okay. They've got an entire life ahead of them. Why not go and do something bold and brash and stupid and exciting and thrilling that you will remember for the rest of your life? And he sees this, and it does change him. It's the first time where we see he's looking at himself, or a mirror of himself, in the past for what he's seeing in the present, but realising that the person who he is now in the present can still change. Yes, the seasons have teeth, and eventually enough of them will kill you, but why not enjoy the ones you've got left? And instead of trying to interrupt these children, try and panic and rush them away and stop them living their life, he just stops, uncenters himself from the story, captures the moment, and lets it happen. And that one thing, as we then find out through the various bits of his past that we experience and the things he's done, we realise that he is willing to change. He's willing to look back and accept what he's done. But then we get to the finale, the denouement, and it has two fantastic lessons in it. Number one, this idea, and this is an unsubtle bit of storytelling by Mr. Waters here, but the stuff will carry on. Yes, enough of the season will get you individually, but time keeps going, the cycle keeps rotating, people will keep carrying on, and it might be very similar, it might be completely different, we won't know, but we have to let it happen. And also, all the stuff that's happened to him in the past, all the things he's done, for good or ill, for the things that have raised himself or others, or lowered himself in his own opinion, he realised that it is just his opinion which is making him do this kind of thing. Most people live their life without really worrying too much about the vast majority of the people on the planet. If you're lucky enough to have people in your life that do look to you and look for you for advice, that's fantastic. But most people you're never going to meet. And the vast majority of the people you're never going to meet, never going to care about you in any way, shape or form. Live your best life because it's your life, and you should be doing it for no other reason than that. You can help other people along the way, and that's fine, and you could do it for self-aggrandizing reasons, but just live your life how you want to live it, in a way which puts good into the world, but then don't let yourself get hung up on the idea of if it's enough, or if this silly mistake you've made is going to sit there forever as a weight around your soul, because it won't do. There's enough seasons. They keep coming. It is a beautiful, heart-warming, heart-wrecking, heart-breaking story. But in the end, it is a story of all of us, and the fact that we all just have to do the best we can and carry on living through the seasons, teeth or not. And I love it for that, and I'm genuinely happy that I got to read it, and I hope you can go and grab it, because the trade paperback is out. The only reason I'm not holding up a copy right now to show you is that we've sold out of it already. But we've got more on the way in, and you should go and find a copy of this one. It's only 4 issues, fully self-contained story, and it does everything a story should do. It has got characterization, plot points, world building, fantastic narration, fantastic dialogue, beautiful art. It is a complete package, and you should go and check it out. That's it though for me for now. We've got 2 more left. If you do want to keep up with what's going on, find us on social media, pretty much at Ka-Pow Comics UK, everywhere apart from the evil bird of fascism site. Until I see you again though, look after each other everyone, stay safe, bye!